Hello, YouTube! This podcast is personalized. It's hosted by Pinky Culture and.
Dragon Queen.
Alright. So, we decided to do an episode for E3. We're basically doing like a reaction to everything that happened in E3.
Recap.
Like a recap of everything related to games. And yeah, so how we're going to start this?
We're gonna start off. Well, the first day was Ubisoft, but they didn't really show anything. Actually, their presentation was pretty shitty. So we're gonna go to second day, which is Xbox and Bethesda.
Right. Hold on. So, Ubisoft was shitty, but what did they show?
I had to work that day, so I actually didn't get to cover it. But I know one of the things they mentioned was Mario and Rabbids, but like
Right.
that was
like the highlight.
honest.
And that's not even that much of a highlight.
Well, it was because Nintendo talked about it because it's a Nintendo title.
Yeah.
Too. Because crossover and stuff. I mean, everyone knows that Ubisoft didn't really bring anything to the table,
Right.
so we could just really just skim them over.
All right.
All right. So the second day started off really strong with Xbox and Bethesda. I mean,
That's the one that everyone loved. Yeah.
I mean, to the point where I was watching this and I was so impressed by this presentation. It's not just the amount of games, because there was many games announced. It was the way they presented it. Like, I did not have time. Like, I pretty much almost had no time to breathe. I had to write this as fast as I could. It's like, taking all these notes really quick because there was game after game after game. It was, just like beating me to it. I was like, dang. And they start off strong. They're like, here you go. Here's Starfield. It's going to be for the Xbox only, Xbox exclusive. So it was a teaser trailer thing. They explained more about it. It's going to be an RPG and stuff. It's coming out apparently November 11, 2022.
Huh. Yeah, Starfield was a highlight. Very hype. It's just a highlight overall.
Like, anytime that you see, like, anything, any
Being
mention...
Xbox exclusive, interesting. Not even PG, just Xbox, right?
Yeah.
Wow.
It's going to be on Game Pass day one. Yeah, so that was that. It was a huge deal. It was trending all over. Because anytime that we got any news about Starfield, the internet would just go ablaze. Because this is a very, very, very big title right now for them. Because it's also pretty ambitious, just based on what they've shown and talked about, the little bit that they actually did. But it was they started off strong with that. They right after they showed Stalker 2, they showed quite a bit of gameplay of it. They gave the release date of April 28th of next year, and also Game Pass on Game Pass day one. So a lot of the majority of these titles, they said they're gonna be on Game Pass day one, which will make Game Pass a very
lucrative thing. Like the fact that it's Game Pass is so popular now, and now it's like you have to have it if you have a PC or Xbox. Like now it's like
I was really impressed by Xbox and Bethesda. Their showcase was really something. Because another thing, apart from showing games and such, it's about the way you show them. How much time you spend in each game, which we'll get into that more about the other presentations. But then they showed Back for Blood, the zombie game. They also showed
Contraband, right?
Yes, Contraband, which is a new title, a new IP by Avalanche Studios. They only show like a little tiny teaser of it, some cool music, what it looked like, what the world's gonna be like, and yeah, that was it. Sea of Thieves. So this is already out, but like the DLC for Jack Sparrow.
Hell yeah.
Bring me that horizon. I love how that line became the name of a band. It's actually one of their bands.
Wow. Yeah. Bring me the horizon. Yeah.
Yeah, and I remember watching an interview, and the singer's like, "Yeah, we got the name because of the." I was like, "Dang."
That's great.
That is cool. Anyway, so that's
for those who don't know, Bring Me the Horizon has that song Sempitern. Was it? That's the song that people meme. It's a meme.
Oh yeah.
It's the versus fan versus enjoyer meme. That song in the background you hear
Oh,
is from Bring Me the Horizon.
well, Sempiterno is that meme is a that song is a meme because of Sempiterno, the way he says it in the song sounds like sand pit turtle.
Right, that became a meme itself. But I'm talking about right now.
Oh, that was I think that one was Can You Feel My Heart?
Oh, Can You Feel My Heart?
Yeah, I think that's what I think that was a song.
Oh, okay, so the Can You Feel My Heart? Yeah, that song from Bring Horizon became a meme, and now it's being showed in like, especially in the video game community, where it's like thing I like versus thing you like.
Yeah, I think
fan
that,
versus enjoyer.
I'm pretty sure
yeah.
that's a song they use. I will have to see.
Yeah.
Anyway, so this DLC for CODs for Jack Sparrow is coming out June 22nd. It's really cool that they're putting Yakuza Like a Dragon, the latest of the Yakuza series, the same day. So the same day as the Xbox Bethesda presentation, they dropped Yakuza Like a Dragon on Game Pass, which is cool. Very cool stuff. Then they show Battlefield 20.
All right, so I have a story about Battlefield 2042. Someone on 4chan, I saw the thread live, like I was browsing, and someone on 4chan apparently made this thread saying that they bought the website, like the domain for the title Battlefield 2042, like a month before it was even announced or even hinted or anything. It was like a while ago, and he bought it as a joke apparently, and he says now that Battlefield 2042 got announced, he says he does not know what's gonna happen. Are they gonna buy it off of him? Is he gonna make a lot of money? Is he gonna get sued? We don't know. But that was a huge thread on 4chan. It was like pinned on the business board. Several other message boards came together for this one collaborative, like it was like a kind of an Avengers moment where everyone just got together from all message boards from all over the website that had nothing to do with what's going on, just like the anime board or the LGBT or the R9K, the incel people. So everyone just joined together and then for this thing. So that was crazy. So that's how I remember the game before it even comes out. Battlefield 2042.
After that, it's a publisher that I'm very fond of. Annapurna Interactive. They releasing 12 Minutes August of this year.
It's a top-down, like kind of indie game, but with like a story.
Yep, exactly.
I'm interested. It looks very intense, very like dramatic. Even though the gameplay looks like a top-down kind of just guy in an apartment, and it looks very powerful. I might play it. Now, is that Xbox exclusive or for both Xbox and PC? Do you know? Because I want to get it, but I'm not gonna get it the Xbox. PC Master Race, man.
I think it might be multi-platform.
All right, I'll go see that because it's a very simple game. It could even be on the Switch if it wanted, if wanted to, because it does not look like it needs much to run.
All right, so the next one people were very hyped about. A lot of people were like, please announce it, please announce it. Is Psychonauts 2. Finally, they're like, okay, here you go. This is the date. People wanted to obviously we known about it, but what people wanted was just like, hey, where's the release date? August 25th of this year. So yeah. For your Psychonauts fans, there you go. Then Bethesda came out and be like, hey, we're
optimizing a couple of games.
That, and then they also say, we're dropping 30 Bethesda games on Game Pass. There you go. And I remember, wow, Bethesda actually has a lot of games.
Yeah.
And they've been around, 35 years? I think they said.
Oh, really?
Something like that. They've been around for a minute. So yeah, they mentioned about optimizing Doom Eternal for the Xbox Series X. Skyrim is 10 years old. Apparently they want to do stuff for that.
Optimizing Skyrim, just 4K, whatever.
Yeah, you know how it is because it needs to be on everything.
Yeah, it has to be on everything, so yeah. Todd.
For real. I really hope that the Doom and the Skyrim meme continue. Like I need Skyrim to continue being on every modern console, and I need Doom to be on every screen possible.
Yeah.
So then we got. So I didn't think this was a thing anymore. I thought it died, but Fallout 76 is still sort of thriving.
Still kicking. It's still
it has.
I would say it's thriving, but it's still kicking. They're still putting content. Some people play it for the jokes, for the lols.
Yeah, it seems like it still have like a very niche community. There's DLC coming out July 7th, called Steel Rain. And then there's another DLC coming out next year called the Pit Expedition, which I think that was a pit as in Pittsburgh, not like a pit like a hole.
Right.
Yeah.
So I think the people that play Fallout 76 now are diehard Fallout fans and like kind of like the meme people that just meme it because it's like an online game where it's kind of broken. I think it's still broken now, but it's not as bad as before. But it still has its problems because it's a kind of like an attempt and an MMO.
Elder Scrolls Online. For you Elder Scrolls fans.
That's a real online game.
Man. So the next one, it gave me Fall Guys vibes. Party Animals is an indie game coming out next year.
Fall Guys at home. We have Fall Guys at home.
We have Fall Guys at home, and it's just like these cute little animals that just bumped into each other, and it just like shenanigans and keep bumping into each other, and like that's kind of the game. It's super cute though.
Well, next one we have Hades on Game Pass.
Bro.
Hades is gonna be on everything, man. Like, man.
Not like the meme, but the fact that it's just Hades.
No, it's because this is an indie game that did so well that it kind of got like the fans just pushed it into existence. It's almost like
honestly,
it made its way like
it could have been game of the year.
It could have been game of the year. It could have been game of the year.
I own it on
Switch, right?
On the Switch, yeah.
Is it good?
Just recently, so I don't.
You just got it.
Yeah, just recently. It was on sale, and I was like, "Oh, I'll pick it up physically, of course," because that's another thing. Because the reason I didn't get it at first, because I wasn't sure, but then everyone was like, "When you shut up about it," and I was like, "Well,"
I was thinking of getting it.
The only because I seen a lot. I seen a lot of fan art of it. A lot of people talking about it. And I was like, all right, I'll give it a try, but I needed to be physical. So as soon as they dropped physical, I was like, all right. So this is dropping on Game Pass in August of this year. There's another title. This one went by a bit fast, and I don't really know. Somerville, yeah, coming out next year.
Do you know the genre, anything about it?
It seemed like it was one of those narrative ones, story based.
Oh, story based. Okay.
That's what I think that's what I got from it. It went pretty fast though.
Yeah, if it went fast, it means the game is not even like next year's, probably late next year. So probably still in development.
This one was something everyone expected, and we're glad that it happened. Well, Halo Infinite.
Whew.
I was like, hello? Can you imagine that Xbox would have come through and be like...
Is it going to be on Game Pass? Halo Infinite multiplayer and single player holiday.
Oh yeah, year. So...
comes out this year, so...
Yeah. So what they're doing is that they I think they want to drop. I think what it is, they want to drop the multiplayer first, and then the story single player stuff. I think that's what their plan is for the holiday of this. When they said holiday of this year, I was like, oh, okay, here we are. People, I will tell you now that people were actually excited when they saw it. We have a 4K TV. It actually looked great. It looked good.
Yeah, when you play the trailer, right?
Yeah, they were like, this is a lot better when they showed us before.
True. The first thing they showed us was really bad. It looked like a...
What, it looked like, what, PS3 or something?
Yeah, Xbox 360, PS3.
Oh,
early,
yeah.
Or I'll say early Xbox 360,
yeah.
PS3. And it did not look very good.
And people were like, this is supposed to be next gen? The next gen Halo game? Please.
And it was so undercooked that they decided to put it for this year.
Really...
Wasn't it supposed to come out last year?
Yeah, it was supposed to.
Oh, so funny. Well, we got it this year.
Yeah, so we'll get it, yeah. Makes sense.
Well, if it's on PC, I might pick it up. Because I'm planning on getting a good PC.
So another thing about Halo is... Like I said, they really want to push their multiplayer first. But I was thinking about how crazy it would have been if they would have gone on stage and not mentioned it at all. There was a legit discourse about that on the socials. Like, what if they didn't even mention it? I was like, nah, bro. They kind of have to give us an update, and it was a pretty decent update. So good so far. The next one.
This one I'm hyped for. Diablo 2, September 23rd on both Xbox and Nintendo.
Yes.
And this Diablo 2 is a remaster. So you could this Diablo 2
The same day they dropped.
Yeah, this drops on the same day, and this is the one that you get to play the old school Diablo 2 or the upgraded graphics. That you
Yeah,
get
Diablo
to pick.
2 Resurrected, September 23rd.
Yeah,
this year.
this one, if you're an old fag, you could get play as the old like graphics, or you could switch between the newer ones.
Remastered, yeah.
So that's cool. I'm gonna play as the newer graphics because I mean, yeah, so it's a new game, might as well. And yeah, so I'm hyped for that one. Yeah, so
this next one I actually never heard of, but this is a sequel. It's called A Plague Tale 2, or A Plague Tale Requiem. It's coming out next year.
Okay.
That's
Is anything about it, like anything is shown like from the.
Yeah, they showed a bit of it, but again, like I told you, I have no recollection of ever hearing about this the previous like the first one.
What is it? What is it about? Like, what is the premise?
I don't even actually remember.
Wow.
But it's funny because my peeps on the socials were actually freaking out. I was like, I never played this.
Okay, but what is it? Like,
I don't remember.
You don't remember what you saw in the I wasn't there. Like I was not there that I missed it. And you told me like you had everything covered.
Yeah, I do have everything covered. As you can tell, I've been being able to talk about everything else. But the thing is that some games went by pretty fast, and I was able to actually.
But you told me this one they show a bit of it. Like it wasn't too fast.
They showed a little more of it. At first, I thought maybe it was like some kind of horror game.
I think you told me it was a first person. No.
Was it a first person? Was it like a first person horror game? I think it was or something.
Something like that.
I feel so. Oh my gosh, I'm gonna get killed. People are going to kill me now for not knowing what A Plague Tale is. I'm sorry, I never heard of this game.
Plague Tale too, right? Yeah, A Plague Tale. Alright, so what's the next one? Okay, from what I can see, it's a third person. It seems like a third person game. Yeah, it's a third person game. Looks like it's set up in the olden days, I guess. Yeah. I think it's looks like could be a fantasy game.
Also, it's not horror. I'm sorry, everyone. All right, so then, the next one is also exciting. Far Cry 6.
Oh man!
The reason why it's also exciting is because a certain actor.
Yep.
Certain actor.
From a certain show.
Well, actually, multiple shows. The dude is notorious.
Yep.
So yeah, that's coming out October 7th. So this year. So exciting.
That one's hype. That one is hype.
Yeah, it is.
Sorry guys, I didn't know what Plague 2 is. Any Plague fans, just scream in the comments. I don't care.
This next one is something I also never heard of. This is a sequel. Slime Rancher 2. So I never heard of the first one, but this one I do remember because it was cutesy. It's a first person, I think you either shoot this slime or you grab the slime with the gun, something like that. But yeah, it was definitely very cute. Coming out next year. I found it funny that we were watching Spawn Whip the other day. He mentioned that there hasn't been any snowboarding titles, and then Xbox like, hold my beer, we have one. Called Shredders by Foam Punch Studios, December 10th, and it looked cool. It looked looked pretty next gen. I was like, yeah, look at the snow physics.
Cool.
No, actually look pretty decent. This next title, Atomic Heart. I don't have any I noticed I only wrote that, but at least I actually remember what this was. Because, there were certain games that really get more impactful than others. This one, I guess I remember it was because it's first person, and it seems that you're being attacked by robots or mannequins. And if I'm not mistaken, it was also, I think, Russian or one of those...
Eastern European countries.
Yeah.
Okay. Yeah, that's the one I remember you told me about. That's why I got mixed up. I thought first person shooter was a Plague Tale. No, Plague Tale seems to be the third person kind of fantasy type game. I mean, it takes place during olden days, so I assume it will be.
Oh, that's the next one. Replaced is coming out next year. I think it was like an indie title and it like kind of old school graphics, and it has the world is kind of like cyberpunkish dystopian sort of, yeah. Yeah. Then we got, oh yeah, so Grounded is already out. Like that's already a thing, but it's gonna be an update, so DLC called Shroom and Doom. One of the things that I actually had to look away from the. It's not like it's not a scary game. It's just like, you're like kids that I think you got shrunk down and you're like fighting bugs in like in someone's like backyard.
Right.
Right. But in this update, there's actually you have to fight a giant spider.
Oh, so you didn't like the spider?
I'm a arachnophobia, so I actually had to look away. But I found it funny that in the trailer they acknowledge that, and they said that there's actually in the settings you actually could turn it off.
Well, you turn off the spider, like from appearing?
No, not from appearing, from looking like a spider, so it looks like a blob. You're fighting a blob.
Wow.
I was like, that's actually I guess I consider that kind of like accessible, and also
yeah, it is accessible because there are people that are like arachnophobic like you.
I was like, I don't know why, but that really stuck with me. Probably because it's a spider. Oh man, you may have heard of this game, possibly, maybe. It's called Among Us.
Among Us.
The reason this is exciting is because
Baka sauce, whatever, all those memes.
Yeah, the reason this is exciting is because it's finally going to Game Pass. But the reason why, well, actually, I think it already is. But what it is the 15 players is going to Game Pass, like to Xbox, Microsoft stuff, because they kept announcing new colors. It was you.
Saucy. Baka saucy. I'm thinking of all those memes.
Oh my god, I'm trying.
Among Us.
I'm trying to have like a
serious talk, but no, you can't have a serious talk when it comes to this game.
Oh my god.
It's not even. It's like this game is like the creators were like, "What have we done?" With the.
Yeah, and Slav is awesome, bro. Like, remember I showed you the
these two guys in the cover of this episode, like that's when they look at Among Us, like that's Zoomers looking at Among Us, like. Yeah,
they announced new colors like rose, maroon, and stuff like that. I was like, that's cool.
I have to show you this video, but I have to show you.
All right, later. So yeah.
I might clip it or like show it.
No, I love all of the fan art, all of the merchandise people have made.
But no, it's just meme.
And I love the memes. The memes of For Among Us are fantastic. And I played it.
I like the post-ironic Among Us memes the most.
And I played it. It's a lot of fun, especially if you're playing with friends.
Alright, so other than Among Us, what's the next?
So then this next one is our JRPGs. JRPGs and RPGs, if you like in general, especially JRPGs, are going to be killing it this year into next year. Killing it. So this one is one I never heard of, because Ayuden Chronicles. There's two. Ayuden Chronicles Rising, coming out next year in 2022, and then Ayuden Chronicles 100 Heroes, coming out in 2023. Okay, so pretty much JRPGs all the way to 2023.
Yeah, JRPGs all day, man.
Yeah, lots of them.
Alright, pause. Alright, so the next title is The Ascent.
Okay, so this one, I really cannot tell you very much, other than the only thing I got from it is that it felt kind of like, I want to say like, what's that game? Like Watch Dogs or something?
Oh, like, okay, so it's like a tacky futuristic?
Kinda. So, the thing is that this one passed really fast. The only thing I really got was like the Ascent, the date, July 22nd of this year, I'm guessing. And that was it. It was so fast. And then right after, they jumped to Age of Empires. Or Age of Empires 4, to be precise. They showed quite a bit of it, and then they're like, hey, October 28th of this year.
Alright.
The following one, I actually had to show you. I had to show you.
That trailer was amazing.
That was the
Outer
best.
Worlds
The
2.
best trailer.
That was a great trailer.
It was the best trailer for during the whole Xbox and Bethesda.
That was so funny.
It's peak.
Yeah.
It's peak.
You showed it to me afterwards. Like, yeah, so that was so funny. Like, I was impressed. Like, I really like what they did. It was like a very meta trailer.
Super meta.
And, making fun of other video game trailers. And it was funny. I was like, this, because Outer Worlds is supposed to be like a kind of a more comedic I would say goofier, not really that comedic, but it's kind of like a goofier Fallout. So Fallout without the...
So yeah, they pretty much...
The depression.
Yeah, pretty much what it is they announced the Outer Worlds 2 in a very meta, funny... trailer making fun of trailers or game trailers in general. Yeah, I think we should actually just link it in there. Yeah,
that one is great. Like that one.
Yeah, it was so great. I was like, I need to watch it again, so I'm glad I showed it to you.
Next one is interesting. Flight simulators are probably going to be on Xbox with DLC.
Yes, Top Gun Maverick DLC. So this one, so it's going to drop in July 27th. Yeah, right.
Yeah.
So
dropping.
Hey. So this one. Anyway, so this one is very interesting to me because Flight Simulator is broken.
Well, it's not broken. It's that it's so advanced.
It's probably the most advanced game.
Well,
yes.
I don't know about that.
It's
a very advanced game, very next gen, very advanced.
I think it's beyond
so
the next
big.
gen.
It's so big and so advanced that major like gaming PCs that run better than most consoles. Game PCs tend to run better because change the settings and all that. It runs better than consoles. Have a hard time playing it. Like we're talking modern gaming PCs, not this cheap stuff. So if people like that have good PCs have trouble playing it, it lags or whatever. I don't know how the hell it's gonna run on Xbox.
Yeah, I'm actually wondering that too. Honestly,
I mean, Xbox. I'm not saying it's weak. The newest Xbox and the PS5 are strong systems, but I don't think they could keep up. Like, I don't think they have the same power as, a full-on gaming PC that costs twice as much or 3 times as much as.
They don't.
I would say around 3 times as much as a console.
Okay, so Flight Simulator just crash the planes and stuff into your house.
Oh yeah.
Onto your enemy's house. Please do that.
Yeah, you could put the coordinates to whatever and crash into it. Yeah. And some people were doing it, crashing to Jeffrey Epstein's island. I was like, that was like legit. That shit's there. Like it's real.
Yeah, I'm telling you the way they made this game,
I don't know how is that even possible.
It's beyond next gen.
I think aliens were behind this game. There's no way a human being can make that.
Beyond next gen.
There's no way a human being can make that game, man.
Imagine making a game that you can't play currently.
It's so advanced that like it's alien tech. It's aliens were like, all right, I mean, UFOs got discovered recently, and then this game came out last year, right? Around the time UFOs were,
it was last year because I remember seeing the trailer and see like, how is this possible? Why does this trailer look like it's some kind of like a movie or something?
And not just that, like the fact that people find their own houses or find major stuff, like
memes were great.
Yeah,
the memes were really great. This next game is the best racing game I've ever seen. It better live up to that.
Now, what you saw, was it gaming footage or was it like cutscene? Because it looked good. You showed me the trailer. It looked good.
It did.
But
it was both.
Both. Okay.
So a lot of it mostly was a trailer, but then they did because they went a little more into. So obviously, let me just start. The next one is Forza Horizon 5. And I love racing games. So
I like all racing games.
Most of it is it was mostly a trailer, but they showed some breakdown of how they made it and stuff.
Right.
Like the cars, the detail, the ray
tracing. Yeah, it looks
realistic.
My thing is like, we don't like old racing games because the controls are easier. Like, it's easier to control than like these newer ones where you have to
That's true. That is very true, actually.
So not only have to be good at controlling the damn thing, they have to to reach top speeds. So I kind of prefer
I do
simpler
like
racing games.
another thing I do like is that they shows more unique settings. It shows Mexico.
Mexico, right?
The other thing they did was really awesome is that they actually went out there and they took pictures and video so they could make it like 1-to-1 with the video game. I was like, they really okay.
Doesn't Mexico have a big racing scene? Mexico, yeah, I've seen like the clips on TV. Like they have a lot of racing, like.
Oh, I mean,
not like street racing and illegal. I mean, in the sense of like they have like major like kind of how we have NASCAR. They have like their own thing going on. Yeah, pretty big over there.
I guess that would make sense.
Yeah.
But yeah, I love
because
how the
of the
team,
landscape. It makes sense.
I love how the team behind Forza really. It looks like they really went out of their way to make a good racing game that could possibly. If Gran Turismo doesn't like step up, like Forza Horizon's gonna like just race them by. Yes, I did it. I said the thing.
Said the thing.
I was very impressed by everything they showed from Forza. The last thing they closed up their presentation, which by the way was very good, is Arcane Studios dropping out a new game. It's an open world shooter with vampires called Redfall. It's coming out summer of next year.
Cool.
Yeah.
So Xbox just killed it, man.
Yeah, really did.
And Bethesda.
Yep, Xbox and Bethesda killed it.
Now you know who didn't?
Oh man.
Oh.
So Square. Oh my gosh. I was very excited.
Square, such a square, man.
So when I was, because I was posting it on my stories, so people could like tune in. And first, when I show you this, when I posted Xbox and Bethesda, I said, "Be there or be square," and because it's a phrase.
Right.
But then I didn't realize that right after is Square Enix. And then I was like, "Oh, remember everyone that I said, be there or be square? Well, here's Square." So Square Enix, I mean, I wouldn't say that I had really high hopes or anything, but they have good games. They usually have a lot of RPGs. But this time they decided to go the cape shit. The cape shit.
Yeah.
They really went cape shit on us.
And which is fine to show cape shit, but
yeah,
they spent like a good chunk of it on Guardians of the Galaxy.
They really did. I think it was about 15-20 minutes.
That's so much.
On just Guardians of the Galaxy. And it's, coming out October 26th. It actually looked fun. At the moment, it looks like it would be better than
the current Marvel game, right?
By the way, this also showed. I was like, here you go. Here's Avengers, DLC, Black Panther, and stuff like that. I was like, but it's not doing well.
Whatever. It's a thing. It's his own thing. It has his fans. I mean,
I know.
But the guys in the picture and this are the kind of fans that are into this. So let them have their fun. I'm not.
Obviously, I love Marvel. It's the disappointment of people
games ain't doing so hot.
Exactly, and the fact that the Square spent so much time on Marvel, like cape
which is
shit.
strange.
It was
Square.
Out of all people, it's Square. I was like, wow.
That's the problem.
Ew. And when Square had the audacity, to drop Final Fantasy 1 through 6 on mobile and Steam, but not on consoles. The audacity. I think that it's already on some consoles, but you understand.
But you can't get it on Switch, right? Can you?
Well, no, I think Switch has some Final Fantasy.
It might have but it does not have the 1 through 6 bundle like that.
I know, but the fact that they had the audacity though. Okay, at least this next one is a good title, Legend of Mana. It's coming out June 24th. Yay.
And then the rest is mobile stuff? I have it here.
Okay, so then the other reason why I'm really upset with Square, it's not just a cape shit, it's whatever. It is the way they did the presentation. It's almost felt like it was rushed. They went from doing like a whole chunk of from Guardians of the Galaxy and then jumping and just briefly mentioning the other stuff, Avengers, and then doing a speed run. I swear to you, it was so fast. I barely was able to write any of this.
Speed running E3.
Speed running E3.
Speed running your own failure at E3.
Yeah,
Square
exactly.
posting L's online.
Super L's. they went mobile. Here you go. With these games are dropping on mobile. Hitman Sniper, Near Reincarnation, Final Fantasy VII spin-off, other Final Fantasies shit.
Yeah,
I was like,
yeah, 1 through 6 that we're talking about, yeah.
Well, no.
Other Final Fantasy.
Yeah, stuff. And I was like, they dropped so much. I was like, I can't keep up with this.
And then one called Babylon's Fall.
Okay, no, that's not a mobile game.
That's not a mobile game?
No. So Babylon's Fall is actually Platinum Games.
Ah.
Yeah. And Platinum Games decided to take an L as well because Babylon's Fall was underwhelming.
Ah.
Yeah. It was supposed to be like this big title for them. And we watched the trailer, and no one was impressed. It felt like, I was about to say Skyrim, but like also kind of felt like Dark Souls, I guess. Yeah.
Like one of those.
Okay. Yeah, it felt like that, but like uncool.
Like a poor man Dark Souls.
Poor man Dark Souls.
Damn, man.
Yeah.
Everyone wants to do Dark Souls, so the formula is just hard, man. It's not easy to do with Dark Souls.
Apparently Demon's Souls was able to.
Well, that's, like, you know.
I know.
Isn't it the same people? Or?
Yeah, I think so.
That doesn't make sense. You know, they know what they're doing.
Okay, so yeah, that was underwhelming. So Platinum decided to take L's. Okay, so this next one's you don't care about, I don't care about, but, you know, so people out there actually do care about these games. So Life is Strange, they're gonna have a remaster September...
The first two, right?
Yeah, so the first two, September 30th, and then the new one, Life is Strange True Colors, September 10th.
Alright. I got here, new IP from Team Ninja?
Yeah, so this is the only cool thing from Square. The only cool thing from Square, and I have some funny news about it. So, Team Ninja is dropping a new IP, new title called Stranger of Paradise.
Oh, okay.
Yeah, so it's like a origin story for Final Fantasy, like a prequel.
Yep.
And Sony decided like, hey, we want that demo first, so we call dibs. So Sony called dibs. They dropped the demo for the PS5 from now up to June 24th.
Weird, right after Xbox presentation, we got a PS5 exclusive.
Right. Well, exclusive at the moment. It's just a demo. Anyway, so. Chaos! For the people that are gonna be listening, you're gonna know what that means. The demo just didn't work. It just didn't work. It didn't even load. You will get an error screen.
Oh no.
Oh, you know, it was so great because people were like, "Oh wow, I'm actually excited for this." It actually looked pretty decent. I mean, the main characters, people making fun of them, which I understand.
So what's the meme that Chaos is like the bad guy and he's the one that crashed the demos? I heard that's what. Yeah, that's so funny.
Yeah. Because the main character's like, we have to go fight Chaos, and the main characters are walking, and they make it to like this like big building stuff. Because, you know, it's kind of like it gives you like a grandiose like Final Fantasy Dark Souls vibes, and then you open the doors and you're greeted by this really giant like intimidating.
It's supposed to be a final.
Yeah. It's so intimidating, like you know, being, it's like, I'm Chaos, and I'm like, okay. And it just became a meme to the point where Square Enix actually they tweeted saying Chaos, and that was it. Yeah, that was the only cool thing from the whole thing. Then they decided to speedrun again. They're like, oh fuck, we showed quite a bit of like Strangers of Paradise, so we gotta speedrun the rest of it. They went like, Final Fantasy VII Remake integrate? Yeah, we're just gonna mention it again. Okay. Then Outriders, the Neo, World
Ends of You, kind of a newer...
No, it's the sequel. So...
That's what I meant, like a new
yeah,
World Ends of You. New World Ends of You game.
Yeah, Neo, the World Ends of You, which is a sequel to the World Ends of You.
Right.
So then they showed quite a bit. I actually don't think I even was able to write everything they showed because it was so fast. But I think the last thing was Forspoken, which is Project Athia. That's what it was called. Forspoken, it looks like it could be pretty good. It looked like kind of open world and stuff. And kind of, I guess, like supernatural fantasy elements, maybe. So yeah, because I'm pretty sure I saw a dragon. I was like, hey, hey.
Cool.
And that was that.
That was depressing.
It was so depressing.
So Final Fantasy and Cape shit.
Yes. Which was not what we expected in Square. I mean, they didn't even mention Project Triangle or something.
Right, which was a big title from like last time they did a thing.
Yeah. I was like, oh, okay. Oh, the one people were waiting for the most. Final Fantasy 16.
Nope.
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 It doesn't exist. Okay. This next one I was so excited for, and they did not disappoint. Obviously, they're not in the running for winning a 3, but like it was so good.
It's a personal W for you, the limited run games.
Yeah.
That's you like that company, right? Because they have a physical ports of
Usually older titles or more obscure titles, but sometimes new titles too.
yeah, but mostly like indie stuff.
Yeah, indie stuff.
Because indie stuff is always digital, so like they have a physical like it's a market, right? It's the market like, covering for that base. And since you're a fan of that, you know.
So Limited Run Games had their stream on Twitch, and they started off with, I'm sure everyone knows, but the Lucasfilms games, they have, they have Zombies Ate My Neighbors and Ghoul Patrol, which people remember very fondly of. I actually never heard of these games, but hey, there are fans out there. People are excited. I'm like, hell yeah, be excited. But it's funny because when they announced it, and I'm gonna read this to you, and I swear, they said PS4, Switch, Sega Genesis, and SNES.
Wow, dude. I mean, there are some people that still have the SNES.
I mean, there's still people that have Sega Genesis, so
yeah, they could just pop it in. Just
I used to own all of these. Not obviously, I own Switch, and well, you had the PS4, right? No.
PS3.
Oh, so you didn't have the PS4?
No.
No, but I had all these retro consoles at some point. This next one, okay. I'm very excited about, because I was like, yeah, it's finally getting a physical. Super Hot. I love Super Hot. It's such a cool game. It really works in VR, like super well.
Yeah.
And
so it's coming physical for
the Switch and PS4. So it's funny because a lot
of
PS5. Yeah.
Well, backwards.
Right.
It might be backwards compatible.
Exactly.
Maybe.
Probably. So there are still a lot of stuff that's coming for the PS5 on this list, but I do find it funny that a lot of them were coming for the PS4 as well. This next one we were watching and it actually passed by pretty quickly. It was Double Dragon.
Oh right, they were showing so many games. It was basically a bundle
it's a
of different.
bundle.
It's a bundle of Double Dragon and several similar kind of arcadey fighting games.
Yes.
Of the same company, like
from
the creators. Yeah. So yeah, it's like a bundle of arcade fighters, and including Double Dragon.
Then we got River City Girls. 0 and 2. River City Girls 2. So it's coming out for the PS5. And I think 2 is coming out for PC and consoles. Then we got Night Dive.
Okay.
I was trying to read because I wrote something else in here. Or was it? Oh, I think that Night Dive is actually the name of the game. Or was it this one? I think it's Night Dive. Yeah.
What do you write here?
I think that was the company.
Okay.
Yeah, if anyone has heard of this one. I remember seeing it and I was like, I never seen this before. Is
Probably
it
some like old game, right?
I think with that, or was it like an indie title?
Right.
Oh, this one's exciting. Shantae.
Oh yeah, it's some kind of Shantae collection or something? Or just like several... It was several Shantae...
Like tons of... I think it was like 5 of them. 5
Wow.
Shantaes. Dropping for the PS5.
That's great.
Yeah.
Yeah, the old Shantae, the newer Shantae. Well, as new as it gets, I don't know.
No, yeah, from all the way from like the OG up to the most recent. I was like, that's really cool. I really like her character. All right. And this next one, I love how I noticed it right away as soon as they show the logo, because for some reason I have like a very strong association with like this game, because I think it was also a movie, but Blood Rain. It's coming out for the Switch and the PS4 and the PS5. Very cool stuff.
This one I did see, right? You showed it to me. The limited run games.
Yeah, we watched it. We watched the stream together.
Oh right, yeah.
Yeah, it was like the stream was actually pretty funny.
It was very quirky. It had like a lot of like, kind of random humor, like
random internet humor.
I like the one where it's like one of the guys saying, "I apologize for my 10-year-old tweet," and it just randomly cuts off.
Yeah. It was making fun of like
the Twitter apologies,
Twitter apologies and influencers.
Yeah, the influencer stuff, and it cuts off to the next game. Like
it makes sense. They have that type of humor.
Yeah.
This next one is called Haven. I remember there was two main characters in the game, and it seems like they traversing like this world together. It's coming out for the PS4 and the PS5. So Skatebird, oh my gosh, bro! Yo, Tony Hawk is like, I hope they play
Tony
this
Hawk's
game.
competition, Skatebird.
Hell yeah, it is. Are you kidding
me? It's a bird
me?
on a skateboard, right?
It's birds on skateboards.
Yeah,
I love it. I love to see
so
it.
funny.
It was I love to see it coming out for the PS4 and the Switch, please. Oh, I might actually just like get that just for shits and giggles. Oh yeah, I think this is an old school title, Hunt Down. It's gonna have a collector's edition.
Okay.
Yeah. Oh, and of course, this one's also there's a bit of a following for this one. People are actually very excited for this next one. But Axiom Verge 2. If I'm not mistaken, the first one got some critical acclaim. So it's coming out for the PC, PS4.
Oh, that's like that platformer that kind of looks like Atari graphics or something.
Yeah, it's definitely old school graphics. Definitely,
like 8-bit, kind of like.
So the PC,
it kind of looks like, I want to say all the way like Atari, but like maybe NES.
No, it's not Atari. It's not all the way back. But
I would say NES, kind of like very old, like like very pixely. Yeah,
super pixelated, but it was cool though. The aesthetic was cool. Then we got.
But it made it work.
Yeah, so it's coming out PC, PS4, PS5, and Switch.
Yeah, is that what they ended it with?
No.
Oh no.
No, it was like I think they had like 20 something games they announced, which is cool. I was like, it was a very good presentation. Not just saying that because I love limited games, but I thought it was funny and they showed some good games. Oh yeah, Takeover. It's a fighting game.
Right.
Yeah, it's coming out on Steam and the Switch. Then, I think this one was called New Blood.
For the Switch.
Oh, was it? Because the thing is that I wrote Dusk. Oh no, wait, no, sorry, that's the name of the game. There we go, Dusk. The name of the game is Dusk. Sorry, guys.
But then you wrote New Blood.
Because I think that's it's related to the game. Yeah, because I should get better at I should get better at taking notes. But yeah,
all right. So the publisher is New Blood.
And the name of the game is Dusk.
Dusk, right.
Yeah, it's not that I remember. It has the it has a Doom vibe.
Yeah, it has a whole old school Doom aesthetic.
Yep.
So we needed to clarify that because the way you wrote it looked like two different games.
I know. Oh, so this one, okay. How do you pronounce this? Republic. I do remember this one looking cool.
Yeah.
It had
Was it? Wait.
Okay. Okay. Hold on. I'm remembering. It's. I think you're a female.
Oh, it's a stealth game.
I think so.
Yeah, you escaped me out of jail. Yeah, I remember. It's a stealth game. That one looks like really good out of all of them. It actually looks like a modern game. Most of them look like old school or indies. This one looks kind of more modern.
Yeah.
Yeah.
It's coming out for the PS4 and the VR, PSVR and Switch.
Wow. Yeah.
You like this one?
Well,
going on their internships are heck.
Oh yeah, it's like a comedy kind of like.
Yeah, but it had the art style look like the.
Oh, that was that. It was a game called "I Hate My Job." I think it was by this, like it has a similar.
Yeah, but it has the art aesthetic of that you hate the company that stuff.
Oh, the corporate art style. Yeah, because there's a game called "I Hate My Job," which kind of has like blocky art style, and this one is kind of like a more of a corporate Google or like you see it in Grubhub ads, like you see it on these ads. Very simplistic, kind of like stock images.
But it makes sense because it works for the game.
Yeah, it works with the game and it's very like it's more violent. It's like the same like art style of the corporate stuff, but it's like a violent, you know.
I think people could really relate to this
Yeah,
one.
yeah, because yeah, that one's relatable.
PS4 and Switch.
Yeah.
Ooh, man! I remember when this show first came out. I was a very big fan. I even cosplayed the main character. I even got to meet the team behind it, like and the voice actors, which was very cool. They were very nice. It's, Ruby, RWBY.
Isn't that a Rooster Teeth?
Yeah.
You met them?
Yeah, Comic Con.
Oh wow.
Yeah, I met them at Comic Con and they loved my cosplay because I worked really hard on it when I was still working 3D printing.
Right.
Yeah.
Cool.
Yeah, this was quite a few years ago.
Never seen Ruby, but yeah, I know.
Yeah, I mean, it wasn't for everyone because it had like the anime, it had the anime feel, but the it looked like it looks like a video game, a shadow, like what's
Right.
it called, so
models?
character models are kind of video game with, and they have like heavy shadows on them and stuff, but it has like the anime feel
Right.
because it feels like it could be an anime, just the art style it's not anime.
Right. Yeah, I see what you mean.
Yeah, I mean, I'm sure.
Think of Kolyoko kind of thing.
No, Kolyoko is
It's 3D, but like
no, Kolyoko has 3D elements, but
no, like there's half of the show is like literally in 3D.
yes, but the other half
Looks like a video game.
yeah, but the other
The
half
half is 2D.
yeah, exactly.
Ruby is the characters look like they're video game characters because it's in 3D.
Right, but it
But
has,
it has
influence from
Tropes and stuff from anime. Right?
yes,
Yeah.
exactly. Yeah, I'm a big fan, and it's coming out for the Switch. I'll probably pick it up because I love Ruby. Anyway, Retromania Wrestling.
Yeah, 2D wrestling.
Yeah, PS4 and Switch. Yo, so this next one's we talked about these guys a lot.
What?
This next title.
Castlevania? Oh yeah, so last podcast, the one before that too, like there was a whole saga of Castlevania because leaks or like a lost Castlevania game or something like that. There's always something going on with Castlevania.
Yeah, Castlevania are taking so many freaking W's. It's actually kind of great.
Yeah.
I mean, I heard like their Netflix.
It got resurrected. Get it?
Hey.
Netflix. Oh yeah, Netflix Castlevania.
Yo, people love it. Apparently, it's amazing.
Yeah, I was told to watch it. I never got around to it, but
I was told to watch it too, but I'm like, hello, I never played a Castlevania game in my life.
I think I played like the old one.
I actually never played it.
Yeah, it's like
I do okay. Just because I never played it, doesn't mean I think it's not cool because I think the aesthetic is awesome and the characters look awesome. I never played it. I feel kind of bad though because I probably would be the type of game I would like because I love vampires. Anyway, so Castlevania Collection coming out for the PS4 and PS5, and then we have another Castlevania game called Rondo of Blood. It's coming out for the PS4, but it's also coming out for the Turbo Duo, TurboGrafx Gang, AVGN.
so what? TurboGrafx? TurboGrafx is like a what is it? Sega or like an old?
It was like one of those. Oh man, it's really way back. It predates a lot of this like these consoles. I think it was supposed to come in like a kind of computer kind of type.
Oh, okay. So TurboGrafx, right? Was it?
Something like that. You could look it up.
TurboGrafx. Yeah, it's like a PC attempt.
Yeah.
It was like a competitor to Nintendo and Sega.
It was really strange. I actually I don't know if I ever seen
I've heard of it.
I don't know if I ever seen one in person.
Nah.
So yeah, there we go. So it's really interesting.
It's weird to be on that. Like out of all the old consoles to be on TurboGrafx. Like, okay.
So that was really funny. People love Contra. Contra is very popular, very well known.
Very hard game.
Yes.
You play the OG Contra, you'd be screaming.
So Contra Collection coming for the PS4 and the Switch. Yay. All right. The last title. You're not ready for this because apparently, according to Limited Run Games, is their most highly requested game to make physical.
Oh. It's one that I had in the back of my mind, just forgot about it, just pushed it down because it's so cringe.
You want to do the honors or should I?
I'll do it. It's this game called Plumbers Don't Wear Ties. It was an attempt at a porno game. I think it's one of the first attempts at a porno.
It's coming for the PC, PS4, PS5, and the Switch.
Oh, the Switch! No!
The Switch, everyone!
Oh my
the
God.
Switch!
Oh no!
You heard it here, folks!
Oh no!
Forever Physical, Limited Run Games.
Oh, pain.
Pain is right.
Any more memes?
Alright, so now we're up to Capcom, which is the following day. And they decided to be boring. Be kind of not that exciting. I mean, it wasn't okay. It was an okay presentation. I mean, it wasn't horrible. It wasn't very long, though. But it's a lot of stuff that we already know about. So they started with Resident Evil Village, which is fantastic, because Resident Evil Village has been doing... It's been doing the numbers.
And of course, what they announced was DLC in the future, right?
Yeah, so they announced that DLC is in development. They mentioned RE-verse, which is the... was it RE-verse? Oh yeah, so like a special title where you could... It's like an alternate... like an alternate version where you meet up with the previous main characters for all the other Resident Evil titles.
Oh, okay.
Yeah. I don't know how people feel about that one. I heard mixed reviews. But anyway, so they mentioned that they mentioned again that Capcom is celebrating 25 years.
Okay, does this like meeting up with previous characters? That's fan service, right? That's like.
Yeah.
Yeah, that's just attempt at fan service, and that some people are not fans of that. They think it's pandering. They think it's like cheap. So you can see why it got mixed reception.
All right, but then they mentioned is a 25th anniversary, kind of like Pokemon. It's funny that they both celebrating 25 years this year. Cool stuff. Then after that, they went to Monster Hunter, another game. So by the way, it's so funny because Capcom had like an presentation, but they have some of the best games at the moment, which is funny to me. Because Resident Evil Village is doing great. Monster Hunter Rise is killing it for the fact that it's a Monster Hunter title. No offense to Monster Hunter, I think it's great. I actually never played it, but the designs for the monsters are awesome. I will give them that. The designs for the monsters are so good.
Yeah.
So.
Don't care for. I tried Monster Hunter. Not for me. But
I actually never tried it.
The monsters are cool. It's just not for me, man.
Because it's more popular. So it's funny because
it's more popular in Japan.
Definitely.
Yeah.
Definitely.
And weebs, of course,
So they mentioned Monster Hunter Rise because right now it's the newest one and it's killing it. I think my 06 surpassed the previous titles. Then they mentioned Monster Hunter Stories, but the sequel, Wings of Ruin. It's coming out July 9th, but there's going to be a demo June 25th. They also mentioned there's going to be Palamute DLC. Yo, bro, if I would have been a Monster Hunter fan, I probably would have got this freaking plushie. Because Palamute is so cute. It's just a blue doggo. It's like a big part of like Monster Hunter like story and stuff. And just like the Monster Hunter series I meant. Like this dog. But yeah, it's coming out for the Switch. Very exciting, cool stuff, yeah. Ooh, Monster Hunter fans. You're eating well.
Yep.
Then decided to mention more Monster Hunter by saying that Monster Hunter Rise is going to have DLC characters from Monster Hunter Stories 2 Wings of Ruin. So the version...
It's like a collab.
Yeah, collab pretty much. A version 3. Which makes sense. So version 3.1 coming out June 24th. So updates, aesthetics, context, all that.
So one of them is a spin-off, one of them is the main series, and there's some kind of collab between the two, which is something that's very popular, actually amongst Nintendo, where the Nintendo has one main game and one spin-off, and then you could connect them both. If you have both, you could have trade content between two, or one sends content to the other. I'll say infamous Pokemon. You have to play Pokemon Ranger to get Manaphy in Diamond and Pearl.
Yeah.
That's like infamous. That's like people get mad, some people don't like it, but it
is what it is.
It's what it is.
So this next one was how they closed it off. Well, technically that's not how they closed it off, but I'd rather not even go into the reason how they closed it off. But this is I feel the real closing is the Great Ace Attorney Chronicles. Bro, I am excited. So I played the Ace Attorney, and it's great. Ace Attorney is fantastic.
And now they're doing a prequel.
Yes.
Set in the old timey London, right?
Old timey London, and it's the ancestors of the main characters from the Ace Attorney.
Right.
Yeah.
And it's a Sherlock Holmes like parody. Was it Hairlock Holmes?
Yeah, because
because of copyright.
Because of copyright.
Yeah, that was so great. Yeah.
That was a great meme.
And the game looked good, man.
It does.
I'm not an Ace Attorney like guy, but like you are. You played it, so from what I've seen, it looks good.
I cosplay Maya.
Okay.
Yeah. So anyway, so it's coming out July 27th. I'll pick it up. Yeah. So it was Capcom. It was underwhelming, which is again weird because they're kind of it's underwhelming, but they're still winning because their games are doing well.
Yeah. Again, I guess they wanted to go for the like titles that are coming out this year, right?
The real thing is that they actually finished off with esports, but we're not going to that.
Oh, right. It was some kind of esports.
It was some esports.
But that wasn't a game. That was just like...
Them talk about esports, Yeah. Anyway.
Recruiting kids for esports. It was basically like...
Yep.
Hey, kids. Want to get exploited? You make, like, no money, bro.
All right. The next one was... the most hypest.
Well, debatably.
No, the most hypest.
Well, because you're a Nintendo.
Again, I actually went in there unbiased, but
okay. Look. My take
my
take is like the best one was Xbox / like Bethesda, but Nintendo's like a close second. And they did great.
I feel like I
a few bumps in the road, but overall they killed it. And I didn't even expect that much from Nintendo. And they did pretty good, so...
Okay.
My predictions, were mostly wrong.
I don't know. I'm about to change everyone's minds here. Just gonna say something. They started off the Smash reveal. Yeah. And no one was angry about the Smash reveal. How can you be angry about a fighting character from a fighting game? You can't be angry about that.
Yeah, I mean, main character from Tekken.
Yeah, so you can't. So you cannot be angry about this. And the Smash trailer was chef kiss.
It was very funny. Like he was throwing characters off a volcano.
Okay, I wish I could understand. Please, someone tell me the context of this because
I think that's like a finishing move or something.
I think it has to be because if I'm not mistaken, I've only played one Tekken game.
Right.
And. Yeah, I only played one Tekken game. I've mostly played, Smash, obviously, but I mostly played Street Fighter. I played Mortal Kombat. Yeah. I played Darkstalkers. So I played some other fighting games. I haven't played Tekken very much.
Yeah, I'm more of a Mortal Kombat kind of dude. But then obviously Smash Brothers is great.
I actually really like fighting games. But I think fighting games are always going to be best played arcade. The way that Arceus intended. Anyway, so the Smash reveal, it was so great. I feel like I should describe it, but maybe we should just put it in the description.
Yeah, I mean, both of you probably saw it already.
Yeah, but it was so good. I need to watch it again.
So it had a strong start.
It did. I found it very funny and interesting that right after they went off with Life is Strange. Yeah.
Yeah, but
But people are actually there are people excited for this film, so it is what it is. It's dropping the same.
they showed it for a short time, like
Yeah, which is good. Just a short time. They got to the point. It's coming out the same day as the other
consoles.
Yeah, exactly. So great. They remastered the the third game in the series, True Color. So yeah, it's all covered. So something that Nintendo did better than Square, and pretty much most people did better than Square, is when they mentioned Guardians of the Galaxy, they didn't go off a whole ton. They just like, hey, look, we're getting Guardians of the Galaxy, and yeah, that's it. And I was to the point where I was actually.
So they showed 2 games, Guardians of the Galaxy and Life is Strange, without going on and on.
Exactly.
And just quick, boom, boom.
But it was so quick that I was actually really confused. I was like, wait, they're getting Guardians of the Galaxy? I saw gameplay of this. How is this supposed to work? I was so confused.
And it turns out it's on cloud.
It's on cloud.
So you have to have internet connection to play, and it's probably going to be laggy.
Yeah, probably will.
I've been saying this for months now that Nintendo should adopt the Xbox Cloud infrastructure, so that way they could play more games on the cloud, with better quality. Because Nintendo Cloud, $20 a year? I don't think that could cover all the those heavy server usage. It just doesn't work. The math don't add up. The crappy servers don't add up. Nothing adds up. And people played some games on cloud on Switch, not very good. But if you play online games like Mario 35, these type of games, easy, that aren't too bandwidth heavy or whatever, it makes sense. But it's just look. There has to be different tiers, pay more money so you can have better service, because this online thing ain't gonna work if they don't fix it. So what's the next thing?
The next thing is Worms Rumble. I heard of the Worms game. You like little worms and stuff.
Oh, okay.
I know I've seen it.
I forgot. I totally forgot.
Yeah,
I totally forgot.
So it's coming out. Oh, this month, June 23rd. Okay. So Astria Ascending. I think it was like a JRPG, if I'm not mistaken. Yeah.
Oh yeah.
Yeah, it also sounds like it would be just by the name. You know how they usually have these names. Two Point Campus. You mentioned that it looked like
that hospital simulator game. Yeah. So it's
it kind of did.
Yeah, it kind of looks like that, where you build your campus. Instead of building a hospital, you build a campus, college campus. So yeah, it has the same vibes. I think it might be the same creators too.
So who likes monkeys?
Oh yeah, Monkey Ball, right?
Monkey. So this was actually leaked out. Super Monkey Ball Banana Mania.
Yeah, that was leaked before, and now it's confirmed.
Yeah, October 5th. If I don't wait, Super Monkey Ball is celebrating 20 years.
Yes.
Okay, cool stuff. I was like, that's cool.
That was a big GameCube title.
Yes.
I remember. I think I played it. So wow.
I actually think we did.
Yeah.
Oh,
throwback.
So this one, I'm pretty indifferent. Not indifferent. I actually don't really like Mario Party games. But the Mario Party Superstar.
Loner, right?
Yes. Also, I love a lot of the Mario titles, but
it's like,
I never got into
I think
Mario
the real
Party.
meme is that when we have people over, no memes, no jokes aside, when we have people over, we're not playing Mario Party, we're playing Smash Brothers.
Or Mario Kart.
Or Mario Kart. We just don't, because Mario Party, we had to, move the thing around, the Joy-Con. There's no space for that shit. Rather have controllers and stick to one of those two, like Mario Kart.
I don't know. It's just hey, there are people that love Mario Party.
Yeah, if you have
more power to you.
If you have space in your house, I recommend because they can move around and shit. But we're broke New Yorkers, a shitty apartment. We don't
Yeah, more power to you if you love Mario Party.
So this game.
But the thing is, the upsetting thing about it is that people wanted a sequel
to Super Mario Party, which is a reboot of the Mario Party franchise.
Right. But they got a different game, Superstar.
It was a collection of the major old Mario Party mini games. So it's a Mario Party game, but all the mini games are recycled from the previous games, except they kind of update the graphics and
The controls.
the controls and all that. Some people, it's divided. Some people love it because, oh, I get to play all my old favorites, and some people, or the newer fans, like, oh, I get to play the good ones I missed out on.
Or the ones that.
And they're the people that are really angry because they wanted something new.
Well, it's not just that, they just wanted a sequel.
Yeah, something new, a sequel, like new minigames, all new stuff, improving on Super Mario Party. So
yeah,
so that was a very divisive, I would say, on Twitter.
So yeah, October 29th. Although, by the way, another thing that I go by is also I have my own reactions to it, but I love looking at what people are saying on the socials to gather like what what people are excited about. Which
I mean, we have our own personal biases,
of course,
but we want to know what the normies think, so we could kind of like, okay, I could see that. Like,
okay,
yeah.
This next one, I absolutely did not expect. I said this is not happening. They might as well forget this exists. I was convinced that they were just not gonna even celebrate. It was just I thought it was gonna get canceled.
Right.
I know. Metroid fans, celebrate. Nintendo did not forget, and they're giving you stuff.
Finally, so Metroid Prime 4 confirmed, and a Metroid 2D, in the vein of Samus Returns, but on the Switch. It's called, was it Metroid Dread? Keep forgetting the name. It looks cool.
It looks super cool.
The enemies look like the robots from Portal.
Yeah, they look like they look like a fusion of like Portal, the Portal characters, and Wally, the Wally ship.
Yeah.
Yeah.
So it looks
so cool. I was like, damn, the art
doesn't look like your average Metroid game. But the enemies, I would say, like it kind of has a different. Just like they're not. It feels like they're doing something new. I mean that in a good way. Like they're doing something new.
Yeah, it looks smooth. It looked like it was gonna play like you're gonna like, oh yeah, this is gonna. It
looks good. Yeah, for a Switch game, it looks good.
This is how
platformer should be.
Everyone was impressed by this. Like right now, the pre-orders selling out pre-orders is wild. The amiibos, oh man.
I never care for Metroid. Never. Like my brother likes Metroid. He played the platformer ones, but me, I don't. Nah, man.
It's not that okay for me.
But this one, I might consider it. This one, I'm considering it.
I already pre-ordered it.
Oh, really? Yeah, this one I'm considering it because, like, okay.
So, I wouldn't consider myself a Metroid fan. I love Samus as a character. I think it's a girl in armor and she's badass. I mean, how can I not love it? But the thing is that I usually found like
the thing is fucking maze games.
Yeah.
The original is like basically a big maze, and I struggled to play Kirby Amazing Mirror because it was an attempt at doing a Metroidvania book for Kirby, and I struggle with that shit. Imagine playing a Metroid game for like I'm freaking normie, so like I'm not. I don't know, man. But
yeah, Metroid games could be, especially the old one, could be very.
But then there's the Metroid Prime series, which are first-person shooters, so
right.
Very different.
Yeah, but
this is more focused on like shooting and like
because I got to play I got to play the fan version. Someone put out a fan game of a 2D Metroid, and it was really good. It looked like it was a real company, like official developer.
Yeah.
I was
so
like,
it was a Metroid Prime, but if it was in 2D.
Yeah.
Yeah.
I don't know.
That was a fan game. I know.
Okay. Yeah. But it was great. It was so good. But it was hard. It was a very difficult game, but
because of the controls. It wasn't meant to be played like that.
Yes, so. That is true. But also, I do find Metroid to be a bit difficult for me. It's why I never got into the series.
Weird, because I like Zelda games. That's hard too. I just like
Metroid not okay. Metroid and Zelda are difficult.
Very different, yeah.
Yeah, they're not just different, but they're also difficult in different ways.
Yeah.
But anyway, that's actually why I think the reason why I didn't get too deep into like the Metroid series. It was one of the least popular of the.
So I'll say if you're newer to Metroid, you kind of want to play the platformer. You can maybe start off with Samus Returns to get a feel of it, and then if you like it, get the pre-order the
Dread.
Dread, yeah.
But yeah, I was really surprised when the Nintendo people were like, so. Metroid. Oh, I was like, oh, he just said Metroid. I was like, Metroid Prime 4
It exists.
it exists and it's still in developer. I was like, it still is? You didn't drop it? Oh my god. I was really in shock. See, I was screaming in shock. Yeah, this one really people, man. Ah, man. So then they went to Just Dance. The sad thing about the Just Dance game, well, is the 2022 one. The sad thing is not coming out for the Wii. I know, everyone cry.
It was a tradition to be on Wii.
I know.
It's gone.
I know. Rest in peace. So this was a retro or like arcade racing game called Cruise and Blast.
Oh, okay.
Yeah. Then we got finally, because I was like, this already came out. Can you just get it on the Switch? Just get it on the Switch. DBC Kakarot. So Dragon Ball Z, they actually have pretty good games, and I was like, just get Kakarot, please. And it's coming. It's September 24th. Then they drop another Mario game. So hey, I don't like golf.
Mario Golf, yeah.
Yeah, Mario Golf Super Rush. So I'm not a fan of golf.
But this game was crazy.
It looks great.
It's like so many modes to play and like power-ups.
Hey,
and,
just because I just said that I don't like golfing
there's
doesn't
a story
mean that...
mode for some reason. You can use your
I
own knee to
exactly.
play. Like it's a lot going on. Like I don't care for it, golf or whatever, but like wow, they really went all out here. Like
hey, I don't care about golfing, but I will let you know that thumbs up, many thumbs up.
Yeah.
Yeah. So far it was great. June 25th. Oh, and of course they mentioned because another thing that I noticed about Nintendo is that they pretty much they told the other companies like, oh you mentioned that game, okay, so we're going to mention that game as well, and we're just gonna do it better.
Right, that's true. Like previous games that were mentioned in the other presentations, coming to Nintendo, were also mentioned by Nintendo, but they kind of like did it in a shorter, kind of like snappier way, like.
Yeah.
So, boom.
Monster Hunter Stories 2, Wings of Ruin, July 9th. Demo, June 25th, and that was it. I was like, that's great, cool. And then we moved to, which we were kind of expecting because it was a leak, but WarioWare.
Yeah, the leak was interesting. It was like a survey asking people, would you buy WarioWare for $50? And it turns out to be real. Like, oh, there you go.
Yep. It's a little bit sad that there's some stuff what was leaked, and obviously we kind of knew about a Metroid 2D game like for like years now, a while, but we just didn't know that it was going to happen, especially that they were actually just going to drop it. So there was that. It was really shocking. The internet like was in uproar and like in the best way possible. So yeah, it's called WarioWare Get It Together. I never cared for the WarioWare stuff, but it looked fun. It looked fun, and there's even a collab with Animal Crossing. So I'm not sitting here saying anything bad at all. I'm not. I think it's cool. So September 10th. And of course, it's good to see Wario getting some love at least.
Yeah, I mean WarioWare is pretty big, and it was big on the DS. I'm glad it came back. It would be cool to get a Wario Land game with a platformer, but I don't think that's ever happening. No. But yeah, WarioWare is pretty funny. It's good for those ADD kids with a quick reaction time.
Okay, so this next one, it was also leaked. I know, God. So this was also leaked, but now it's official. It's coming to the Switch. And there's going to be physical copies, so that's cool. I kind of feel weird that they had to mention that part. Like I'm sure the movie was gonna have physicals, but okay. The fact that they had to mention it too, I was like, okay. But I think the reason they mention it is because the physical copies are coming out later time. But it's Shin Megami Tensei 5. So I've never played Shin Megami Tensei any game.
This is a reoccurring thing.
Well, it's just that some games either just pass right by me, or it's usually a title that's popular somewhere else. Yeah.
I'm saying that's a common theme in the show. Like
today,
well, today and just in the show in general. Like when you announce stuff, like, oh, I never played this or whatever. Like,
okay, Maybe it's starting to sound kind of bad that I haven't played all these games because we literally run a gaming podcast, but there's only so many games you could play.
That's true, and it's like
this
originally was supposed to be a Nintendo podcast about like creepypastas or something. It was a weird thing. We kind of transitioned into just gaming news or like rumors,
stories, leaks.
rumors, leaks, or just like general stuff.
Yeah, and history, like just things that just video game related.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Playground rumors, whatever, anything I could get my hands on. But because E3's happening, we have to cover all E3 stuff.
We have to cover E3. E3 is like a holy grail of video games.
Yeah.
But yeah, okay, one of the reasons because if I'm not mistaken, Shin Megami Tensei is just a very Japanese title, and I mean, I think it's one of those that took a while to get here. So it just never got to my hands. But it's already the 5th installment. But I saw it and I was like, wow, I actually thought it was cool. It looked cool. For me, it looked cool. I know you didn't like the turn-based stuff, but for me, it looked cool.
It's not I don't like turn-based. I thought it would be an action RPG. The way it looked. I was like, it doesn't feel like... Well, whatever. It's a turn-based. I was like, okay.
Yeah.
Okay.
Yeah, it's a turn-based.
JRPG.
The thing about it is because I kept hearing about it. It's like, there's a lot of people that are into. A
lot of people predicted this. Like, pretty much. Yeah.
So it's coming out number 12, but for me, one of the highlights is the main character. Because they have such luscious hair. Like it has really, I don't know how they did it, but it has when I was watching the trailer, the character has really great hair physics. Like even Nintendo of America like tweeted out, like, that hair, and it's just like a clip of the character's hair swaying. I was like, that's fantastic, because I really like that the main character looks androgynous. Like, that's cool. So I don't know, that was a really big highlight for me. The last thing I'm gonna end on with Shin Megami Tensei, which is this is a bit of a long title. So SMT 5 is that it got a major glow up. If you go back, because I saw the people were super excited on the socials, but I saw the comparisons to like the older SMT titles, and then this new one, it got a major glow up. Like, people are saying that it looks really good.
Oh, that's good.
So that's cool.
Hopefully it looks good on the Switch and not run like dog shit.
I know. So this next one, left.
Oh no, I read it. Oh god, this is an edgy dude. I know about this game because the fans are so like Danganronpa. This is it's like the cat
No, it's a bear, bro.
Oh, it's a bear, right?
That bear. I have my gripe with that bear.
Yeah, it's supposed to be like a half white, and then like the other side is dark, black and white bear thing, and it's like evil, and like the fans are like these DeviantArt, Newground, like edgelords that kind of like, like anime gore for like, for like shock value. Like I remember that scene, like, so, that's like, I'm like triggering memories of like old internet, like. Old internet, like these kids, like, dude.
Yep, it actually gave us a wave of nostalgia.
Yeah, but not the good kind.
Not the good kind.
Bringing back cringe, man.
Yeah.
Well, I want to say the game, it's cringe. It's more like the scene around it, the whole like.
Yeah, I'm definitely not saying anything bad about the game.
Yeah, the game looks like fine. It's like a kind of like a whodunit mystery with a sadistic main character. I think he's like the main villain or main character. I don't know.
The damn bear.
Yeah.
So this one everyone forgot about. Oh, it's the one that you said we have Silent Hill at home.
Yeah, is Diet Silent Hill.
Fatal Frame, Maiden of the Black Water.
Well, in reality, I was because when I first started looking at it,
it's not Silent Hill.
Okay, guys, hold on. So, before people get mad in the comment section. The first 2 seconds, I'm like, okay, this is like a Diet Silent Hill. And then they started showing the camera mechanic. I'm like, I know about this game. Yeah. It's a video game where you use your camera to detect ghosts. I definitely heard of this game.
Yeah, everyone has. But then we forgot about it because they've never mentioned it again.
Yeah, and also like I didn't expect it. You know, I didn't like, oh, that camera game. Like, oh yeah.
Actually, you're right. I didn't expect it to be on Switch.
I think it was originally like a 3DS game, and they used to use the 3DS kind of like movement camera thing. I think it was a port or something. I think I remember that. Like, yeah, like you took the ghost with the camera and used the.
Yeah, obviously we weren't comparing to Silent Hill because it looked like Silent Hill. It's just because it was a horror title.
In the beginning, the first few seconds, I'm like, is this like a Silent Hill type game? And it turned out to be kind of like that, but it was mostly with ghosts and stuff. But it kind of has that like horror, like, you know.
Walking around.
Yeah, walking around. If you're into Silent Hill, you might like this. If you haven't played it already, that camera ghost game is like. You probably have heard of it because it's like the mechanic where you're using the camera to detect ghosts. Like, I'm like, oh yeah.
This next thing is something that we've been waiting for. That I'm actually surprised it didn't drop right when we got Doom Eternal. So we finally got Doom Eternal like way after it came out, and for some reason it didn't come out right away with the DLC that was already out. And finally they said that the first DLC and even I think the second one too dropping today. I was like,
no, it was
yeah.
just the first one.
Just the first
one, part 1.
Just the first one.
I know they're slow. It's just Nintendo, man. It's hard. It's hard to port. It's hard to port a game like that.
I know the fact that your Panic one. I'll give.
So much credit because I don't.
It's not the first. It's not the first time they had to do it. That they had to port something that was gonna be like almost impossible for the Switch. If only there was a Switch Pro. Anyway,
next game, Tony Hawk, right?
1 and 2. It's just to remind you this is dropping and it's exciting. I'm actually glad it's coming to the Switch.
That one I might actually pick up because like I don't know, like I played at a friend's house. Was it Pro Skater?
This next one's dropped today. Strange Brigade. Strange Brigade. Why can't I pronounce that? Brigade.
I forgot what that one is.
Me too, but
Strange Brigade.
Yeah, I totally forgot what that was. I just went blank.
Like what?
Because I'm trying to pronounce brigade.
Brigade. I know that word, but like what? I have to look it up, bro.
Yeah, while you do that, they mentioned Mario Rabbids because obviously.
Yeah.
There's a little rabbits.
The sequel, right?
Yeah, Sparks of Hope coming out next year. That's cool. I never got into Mario.
Oh,
Rabbids.
it's a game where you shoot mummies.
Oh fuck yeah!
Yeah, I remember. It's the title is kind of like.
Yeah, I know.
Not memorable. Like it's a game you shoot mummies, and you call it Strange Brigade. Like no one's like what?
Third-person shooter.
Yeah, you shoot mummies. Oh, that game looks crazy.
Cool. So finally coming to Switch.
Yeah, I jokingly call it like Tomb Raider because he kind of like raid, literally raid tombs for treasure and things like that. But we have
the Tomb Raider home.
Yeah, but the difference between that and Tomb Raider is that there's not too many puzzle solving. There's some puzzle solving, but a lot of it involves shooting. Unlike Tomb Raider, it involves a lot of platforming and things like that, and puzzles. So this was more of a shooter with mummies.
Okay, this next one was also a huge surprise to people. No one expected this. This is another unexpected one. Advance Wars 1 and 2, December 3rd.
That one got me a little hyped because I remember the OG one was a Game Boy Advance.
Game Boy Advance.
And then it also was originally on the DSi, the first eShop, like the first.
Wait a minute. I showed you the tweet about 4 games from the GBA era that were announced today. Like in a way, if you think about it, because Advance Wars, WarioWare.
Wasn't WarioWare was a DS game?
But it was also on GBA.
No, GBA was Wario Land.
Oh.
The platformer.
Oh, shit. What was the tweet I showed you then? I showed you like a tweet with like 4 GBA titles that were like...
No, it was GBA, a GameCube, just old titles from the 2000s.
I thought...
Being...
Oh.
Like Monkey Ball and things like that. Like...
Oh, I thought
but 20 years later it comes back.
Yeah, gotcha.
Yeah. But one of them was like Advance Wars, yeah.
Yes.
Wario... I'm pretty sure WarioWare... The original was on DS because it makes sense. A game like that would be on DS. Okay. It's a mini game extravaganza. It's a mini game, You have to use the stylus and the mic and all that.
Yeah, that's what I was surprised because I haven't seen this in so long. I was like, looking at it like, wait a minute, is this a mobile game? But then it gives you a bit of mobile game vibes. But no, I was like, wow, it's GBA. I feel so old. In GBA just turned 20.
Yep. So
Okay.
Advance Wars it's a classic, and the fact it's coming back is pretty hype.
Yeah, lots of people were excited on my time, and oh my gosh, hype. Anyway, they had to mention because the next DLC is coming soon, but Hyrule Warriors. Yo, you remember
Okay,
remember
we were so pissed because I thought it was over. Like I thought
Yeah.
the last thing they were gonna show was Hyrule Warriors.
Yo, we were gonna riot.
Yo, I was so mad because like this is it. Like we already been knowing that Hyrule Warriors has DLC. Like who cares? I never play that. Like yeah, if you like it, that's fine. But like we weren't here for this. We were here for real Zelda, like new Zelda.
Then they dropped they mentioned it again, Skyward Sword, which we July 16th.
Like, oh my god.
I just Skyward Sword is one of the I feel like one of like
the weaker titles. Yeah,
exactly. But this I pre-ordered
and
this one.
they tried printing it out by what? It's like adding makeup on a pig. It's still a pig, that kind of thing. And they they boosted up the price. I'm like, come on, man.
Yeah, they're like, oh look, it's
$60 plus an amiibo.
That's the amiibo like 25 or something. Oh my god,
that's insane. And the game is considered one of the more weaker titles.
Apparently, we fixed the motion controls. Great, fantastic, good for you.
Shouldn't have made it too expensive.
I know. This next thing is I pre-ordered for you for your birthday. So the Zelda Game & Watch, which I'm gonna have to get for myself. This is fantastic. This is actually.
I have the Mario Game & Watch.
Yeah, this is actually slightly superior than the Mario one because I think it has 3 games.
Yeah, it has more games. Yeah.
Yeah.
And not just that, like the Mario one only has the NES. This has like Game Boy, Link.
It has
and the 2 NES titles.
Yeah, it has Link's Awakening.
Link's Awakening for Game Boy.
And the
Legend of Zelda for NES
and 2.
Legend, yeah, Link 2. Yeah.
That's cool.
Yeah.
I was like hype. I gotta get it. Of course, for you first, and later on for me, November 12th. But you could pre-order now. Okay, it's literally a meme when E3 happens and every presenter is like, one more thing. That's a meme. One more thing, and they did it. Nintendo, especially Nintendo, they're notorious for like one more thing, and they really did it to us. They came out here and they stole it. I don't care what you say. They stole E3. They won. That's it. They fucking won.
Their trump card.
Yep.
Because we were so mad that they're just giving us like kind of like okay games, some fun stuff, but like where's the meat? And they gave us the meat.
They really did. They really came out here and said you're going to see a bit of Breath of the Wild 2, you fuckers.
Oh yes. I was screaming.
I was screaming
at the TV when we first saw it this morning. Was it? Yeah, it was like it was noon. It was noon actually.
It was noon. But you know what was really funny that I forgot to mention about the Smash reveal? Literally the first frame was Ganondorf.
Yeah, and we thought it was Zelda. I was like, oh, okay, it was Zelda, and no, it was Smash. I was like, okay. Then it was other games. We had fun with the Metroid.
Yeah, but okay, so between the Smash reveal, the Metroid. Advance Wars and Breath of the Wild 2 has been the four pillars of shockness for me that I was totally surprised about. That for me, like, wow, the 4 things I did not expect for them to announce or say anything about, or like, so it was great. The thing about Breath of the Wild 2 that really took me is that a lot of people thought maybe they might be mentioning it, but most of the people were on the fence saying that they were not going to mention it at all. They were going to get, remember that really upsetting thing from the last Direct? It's like, oh, we don't have any news.
Oh yeah, now we got a trailer. Now we got a full trailer,
and it was amazing.
The gameplay, a little bit of gameplay in there. It looks a little really bit, good, yeah.
But it was mainly a trailer. But I was like, it was impressive.
Yeah, Link has new power-ups.
He has new power-ups. You're in the freaking sky. The world looks bigger.
Like, I don't know how they're gonna pull this off. Like, this is why we need the Pro. This is like, jeez, man.
They're ambitious. They're really ambitious on this one.
Nintendo Switch Pro, Super Nintendo Switch, or Nintendo Switch 2, whatever you call it. The new hardware is gonna boost these more advanced because this game looks way too much. I don't know how they're gonna fit it on the OG Switch, but man, it'll happen. I don't know. Maybe
I will let you know now that it's true. I am always gonna be more biased towards Nintendo because I grew up mostly Nintendo stuff, but it's because Nintendo titles are more of my alley.
Right, we're very casual. Like we're not like
And also,
I've never been like a horrorcore gamer. I played some games, you know, like outside of the Nintendo, outside of the mainstream.
yeah, of course. But I'm saying it's more about the fact that the Nintendo's
Well, I mostly
Nintendo
like watching.
Nintendo's IPs are more of what I like.
Right. So we're like we dabble like we like I watch,
But I dabbled in everything though.
we dabble in everything, but it's like we're casual because we kind of have life outside of games, like other media we like. I like making videos, like watching YouTube, I like, you know, living regular life. So we kind of like grew up with this casual stuff, mostly platform because we live in New York City, so we've been taking public transport like most of our lives. So it makes sense that we constantly with a portable like GBA or DS, whatever.
I love consoles. Yeah, I love the handheld.
Handheld, they're portable. It's like portable.
So
yeah, it's true. I've had Xbox and PS3 before, and I played some.
And I had pretty much almost like all like most like the well-known retro consoles.
Right. Yeah.
NES, SNES,
N64.
Yeah. Sega Genesis.
You had a Sega Genesis?
Yeah, I did. I found it on the street.
Oh, okay.
Yeah, I had pretty much all of them.
We have the Wii.
Yeah, we have the Wii
we
now.
Still have it now. We got it recently. Yeah, we got it last year.
Yeah, we did.
Got it on the internet. Yeah. So we're Nintendo fans, but I commend. Like I'm very proud. Like I'm very happy for Xbox Bethesda. I think they stole the show, but Nintendo was a close second. They like those two, man.
No, I actually think that Nintendo actually won.
I mean, you say that, but objectively speaking, like, okay, Advance Wars is like niche. Metroid, great job, but it was mostly the platformer, not the meat that people wanted. But yeah, acknowledging Prime 4 is great, but no, nothing shown.
The fact that they even mentioned Metroid, we thought people went in there saying that Metroid was not going to be
that one's a big surprise. Breath of the Wild 2 was like the main hitter, and
the Smash reveal.
The Smash reveal was great. Yes. So that's a strong second compared, with Xbox Bethesda.
It's true. You could make a really good argument why Xbox and Bethesda won E3, but
because they almost worked together. Nintendo was kind of on their own. That's another thing.
Well, yeah, Xbox and Bethesda's presentation. Yeah,
it was like a back-to-back.
It was a back-to-back
duo.
It was done done very well. Like really well. I came out of that.
Nintendo was 40 minutes. That's not a lot of time, and they did what they could. They had good games, they had mediocre games, and they had like awesome games. Everything in between. I gave it a solid B or B plus. I would say Xbox. I will say Xbox Bethesda will be like an A.
Damn it! I really want to give the win to Nintendo just for the fact that
you have to look at objective. Like I'm a huge Nintendo fan. I'm gonna pick up like Nintendo stuff over Xbox stuff. I just might end up some of it's like I would say like a little bit of it will end up getting on PC.
That's true. Another thing about it, I don't think I'm gonna pick up almost anything from there.
Yeah, because PS5 was not, Sony was not an E3, and you're gonna be mostly focused on PlayStation as a console.
Yeah, because we're not getting the
I
Xbox.
plan on later on getting a PC, so a lot of the games shown on an Xbox end up being on PC later on. So it just makes sense to have PC instead, and then console, which PS5, which has more exclusives and all this stuff.
Oh, not as many, but hopefully soon they will.
Hopefully soon, and Ratchet and Clank, which right? Come on, Ratchet and Clank, and Spider-Man.
Yeah. It looks very exciting.
And I have I got a used copy. Was it used or like a old copy of, was it Fallout 4?
Yes.
Or PS4, and it could be optimized on PS5. So yeah, we have stuff. We kind of have that set. So PS5 will be like the home console, and then PC will play the stuff that Xbox or Microsoft was offering already. So yeah, in my opinion, like PC players don't really need an Xbox.
I really tried it. Like I really did go into E3 being unbiased as possible, and was blown away by Xbox and Bethesda's presentation. It was not just. It was also. It was quite long. They covered the most games. Yeah, theirs was the longest. There's also that, but the breakdown of the presentation was very well done. I mean, to a point where it went a bit. Sometimes it felt like it went a little too fast, and I had to when I was writing everything's like must write faster. But the obviously I just feel more tied to Nintendo titles. I think it's probably what it is, but it's just the reveal of mentioning anything about Breath of the Wild 2 was
Yeah,
really took me.
that one I was yelling at the TV.
And then
like,
Metroid for me, because I was talking to my peeps and I said they're not gonna talk about Metroid. They forgot about that. It's over. And I had to eat those words, and I'm happy that I did.
I predicted a Prime 4 mention, and that's it. Like 4, and then okay. I predicted Zelda. I thought it was to be a Zelda collection. I was half right with but it was 2D games, and
yeah, the Game and Watch. I'm definitely getting that Game and Watch.
I thought they would announce Pokemon stuff. That didn't happen.
Oh yeah,
Kirby didn't happen. Donkey Kong didn't happen. That's another thing.
Yeah, some of the major IPs didn't make a Bayonetta 3. So
yeah,
but nothing for Bayonetta 3, which was sad. Nothing about Kirby. But I guess HAL Laboratories is just not ready.
I think I did predict a Breath of the Wild mention, but full on trailer. Wow. I think I did predict a Breath of the Wild. Like
I didn't. I said
I was like, yeah, they have to at this point.
I thought that I actually thought they weren't ready to show anything, and I was my prediction was more on the side of another bigger title.
You know, I didn't think they'll show a trailer. I thought they would just announce the title, Breath of the Wild 2 or whatever, and then a date.
Yeah, maybe.
That's what I thought.
Yeah, I didn't think. I really think. I'm telling you,
so
I didn't.
They actually gave us more. They gave me more than what I thought, for at least for that. Metroid, I didn't even think they would go like full 2D. Well, a lot of people are saying it, but I was like, eh.
And another thing is that obviously we knew that we were gonna have a Smash thing. I just didn't know it was gonna start with that, and we didn't know what character. We just,
but I was like, there has to be a Smash thing.
Yeah.
So some of my predictions were right. A couple of them were wrong, or didn't go the way I thought.
What's really sad is that Bandai Namco were technically closing E3.
And they didn't really. They just focused on one game.
But, okay, let me explain this. So Bandai Namco was closing E3 in the sense that they were the last company to talk about games. Because right after that was going to be other things that are not related to, really, games that are coming out. It's just like a studio thing and a GameSpot showcase and the award stuff. So Bandai Namco was actually the last company to
show games.
To show games on the last day. So this is the last day of E3. So, by the time you hear this, it will probably be tomorrow. But yeah, and I remember looking at the schedule and it said Bandai Namco Interactive. I was like, all right, cool. And it said the time. I think they had like an hour. I was like, great. There's probably gonna be like a good amount of games. I was waiting for Digimon Survive. I was like, please say something about Digimon Survive. It's been a minute since you mentioned it. But what I didn't know was going to happen, and no one knew, and people felt really misled, like almost like false advertisement, is that 30 minutes before Bandai Namco went on, the E3 Twitter tweeted saying, hey, Bandai Namco's going on, and they're only gonna talk about House of Ashes, and that's it. I was like, what? Like literally 30 minutes before they go on, not the day before or anything like that. No, just 30 minutes beforehand.
And no one's gonna check that.
They're only gonna talk about one game for an hour. Oh my god, yo!
And they were shilling this game so hard. Like at this point, like I was like, I don't care. I went off to take a shower. Like I really didn't care.
I actually had to sit through the whole thing because
you sat through the whole thing. Why?
Because we're doing I really care about research and
well, you could have watched a few minutes of, okay, this whole thing, and you could check a recap or something later on. Like when it comes to research, you have to like find shorter ways. Like, you have to find like
I do sometimes, but for this, I really wanted to sit through it because I really couldn't believe that they were putting a Band-Aid on it. Bandai. They really were. They got wounded and they just put it.
Band-Aid.
Yeah, exactly.
That was
oh my. This Bandai Namco had the worst presentation.
That was a wounded presentation.
It was the worst one, and I had to sit through Square.
So in my opinion, shouldn't have even watched all of it, like maybe a little bit of it, and then later on do your research what happened.
I just thought I was sitting there in shock, thinking like, how is it possible they're only covering one game for like an hour?
Well, it happens, you know. They just doing like interviews and like just like dumb, like you know, just like
Yeah, I saw the whole thing. It was
cringe.
yeah. It was sad. I'm not saying this is a bad game. What I'm saying is that they Bandai Namco has a really great back catalog. They have a great catalog of games in general. I mean, they help make Snap.
Exactly, and nothing about Snap, nothing about Digimon, nothing, just one thing.
So yeah, that was E3. Hey.
Oh God.
It was so Xbox and Nintendo saved E3 because it's been pretty underwhelming. But I will tell you now that I don't blame these companies. Part of it, they probably were rushed, especially Square. But really, the pandemic has deeply affected the video game industry. Like the ripple effects will be felt for years.
True.
Things have been pushed forward. Things have been pushed back. It's just there are things that they're still up in the air that we don't even know if it's still going. Is Digimon surviving? Is Bayonetta 3 still going? Like hey,
my thing is that if Bandai like had no games, there's no point even doing a presentation. Do something later on. Or a reveal trailer of the game, and that's it.
Or they could have not been at E3 and done their own presentation like
later on. Yeah, exactly. Like don't even just opt out. You could opt out. Like that was enough. Nintendo was good. Like,
but I actually think that they were just really like they were really hyping up this game. So.
But it's stupid. You're wasting your time. One game is just not enough for an entire expo. Like it's just not. What are you doing? And. There really was a bad taste in my mouth, like after seeing all that hype and then like seeing that crap. I'm like, come on.
That's true.
That's insulting to the fans.
If at least if you were they should have just gone before Nintendo. Nintendo could have closed the show.
That would have been better, yeah. If Bandai shouldn't have been there in the first place. Just have Nintendo close the show.
That's true.
That would have been perfect. Closing E3 with Breath of the Wild 2. That would have been the real closer. That would have been like that's hype. It. That's it. Boom.
Because no one tuned in because as soon as they saw the tweet, or because I actually saw the tweet a bit later, I didn't see it right away. It's probably another reason why I was still watching, because I was talking to my friends like, what is even happening? I'm confused. And then I saw the E3 tweet sometime later, like about halfway in. I was like, wait a minute. So yeah. Also because I just love doing some research. Yeah, so that was E3.
Yep.
Yeah.
So comment thoughts below and smash that like button if you enjoy this. This is probably the longest button, the longest podcast recorded we've done. Most of them are short. Yeah, this was like a lot, but you know, if this helps you, like, you know, on your driving on your way to work or working out, whatever. Yeah, so I hope you enjoyed our thoughts on all this stuff. Fuck Bandai, and yeah, thanks for listening.
Bye bye.